Next up, Oakland and Seattle. And Paul Blackburn going for the A's today, and Robbie Ray going for Seattle, the Cy Young Award winner. And he is a $1.70 favorite. Not much love here for Blackburn or the A's from a betting perspective here. Total a low one here, 7, which is kind of interesting because that kind of says, hey, we're expecting a low scoring game today because we have two pretty good pitchers. In regards to Paul Blackburn, the last start, probably one of his least effective ones, but still had 5 strikeouts, only went 4 2/3, gave up 6 hits. I do not like this game here today. I'm not crazy about the situation. I'm not crazy about either one of these offenses. Today could be the game where Blackburn maybe finally gets one of those L's. You know he's going to get it eventually here. But for you, BaseWinner, I hope that's true. But we'll let you talk about this game here, A's and the Mariners.
Well, you mentioned about 3 minutes ago, the most important number is, what he's done from a money line standpoint. And I would think that you're saying that year to date, not looking forward. Can I make that?
We're talking about he's cashed tickets. You can't cash tickets in the future.
Okay, so we agree on that because
I think 100% of the people agree with that. Yes.
I think, well, some people don't. Some people will be like, well, God, the guy's been on a roll. I'm going to keep continuing to back this guy. And to me, like, he is 7-1, the best pitcher in baseball from a money line standpoint. You say, well, what BaseWinner? Why are you betting against him? Well, here's the thing. I don't think this guy's plus 9.2 units a quarter of the way through the season. I don't think this guy's going to be plus 36 or 37 units at the end of the year. So, like, to me, like, this is going to run out on him because the metrics just don't. They don't define this guy like the way that the money line return has. And if you look and I'll get into my metrics in just a second, but if you look at just Stuff Plus, he's at a 16 percentile, which, again, the guy's closest on the board to him. Cal Quantrill, who, TC, you're going to bet against, and Eric Fetty, 11 percentile and 10 percentile. So those are the two guys that are closest to him. But I just wanted to go down like game by game with this guy over the last 4 games, because I think there's a stat that's super interesting. His hard hit per 9 over the last 4 games has exceeded 10.1 hard hits per 9. Anything over 10, and I use this number a lot, anything over 10 hard hits per 9 is bad. So against Tampa Bay, 10.4. Against Detroit, 15. I bet against him against Detroit. 15 hard hit per 9. I lost my bet, but was that a bad bet? Well, no, I don't think so, because the underlying metrics said that he had a crappy game. And then 10.8 hard hit per 9 against the Angels, and then back up against the Angels on the road, 13.5. So you're like, well, maybe he's getting some swinging strikes, but swinging strikes are lousy. 5.7, 9.3, 11.7 in his last 3 games. And just from an overall percentile standpoint, in his last 3 games, 15 percentile, 25 percentile, 24 percentile. And you look at Robbie Ray, who kind of had a rough start, but his last 2 starts, based on those 3 metrics, swinging strike percentage, hard hit per 9, expected walk rate, an 85 percentile, a 97 percentile. So I think he's rounding back into form. Robbie Ray is. I've got it priced at minus 274, and I don't want to play in this. We talked about playing in minus 170. I said I want to avoid this group of games unless I love the game, and I love this game. I think we get an edge in the bullpen. I've got the Seattle bullpen ranked 5th. I got the Oakland bullpen ranked 26th. Offensively, I like the Seattle team against Paul Blackburn's split, right? 9th in baseball, 111 weighted runs created plus. And then against lefties, Oakland's 29 in baseball. So, I just think we have an edge in starting pitching, relief pitching, and offense. And the edge equates to a minus 274 price where I see it. I think it's a valuable play, and I'm going against Blackburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one thing we can say, whether Mark wins or not tonight, the truth of the matter is the continued betting against Blackburn has not been good. It's been a complete failure, actually. He's gotten crushed if he's betting against Blackburn. Now, I agree. Tonight, I don't think is a good spot for Paul Blackburn. In fact, it seems like sharps are kind of finding out and realizing, hey, maybe this is probably the game that he's going to get blown up in. That could happen. But we can't knock what the guy's done. It's impressive. Remember, he's pitching on Oakland, okay? A team that has one of the worst offenses in baseball, a team that does not have a good bullpen. And if you've backed Paul Blackburn at 8 starts, I mean, you won, really, I mean, Mark had the numbers. I mean, it's pretty impressive. It's hard to go against that. That being said, this number just suits the Mariners. This number's listed so high for as good as Blackburn's pitched. It just kind of screams that the Mariners are going to win. And as a gambler, I'm not going to bet into that. As much as I like Blackburn, I try to find an angle to back him here, and I just didn't see it. That being said, I like him. I'm going to return to him at some point. Just this game, I didn't. That being said, I don't know if, I know Mark says he likes Seattle's bullpen. I mean, some of the numbers don't really constitute that. Some of them do. But as that being said, I like him more than I like Seattle. And look, at the end of the day, when you back in Oakland with Blackburn, a lot of the time you can fall back on maybe a better offense or a good bullpen. Oakland doesn't have those, and it's hard to back them. And if you don't like the spot for the starting pitcher, I have trouble getting to the window here.
Guys, let's talk for a second about Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray has not been good. And Mark,
Yeah.
I know you say that he's been good. I mean, this guy, look at this. This guy has not had a clean start all year.
If
He's
you
gone to
look
the
at
mound,
his,
what,
I want to.
8
Go
starts, giving up 4. I'm just going backwards here. 4 earned runs last start, 5 the time before that, 2, 4, 3, 2, giving up 10 hits, 8 hits, 6 hits, 7 hits. There's something wrong with this guy. And if people are thinking that Robbie Ray is still the Cy Young guy, he's not. And we've gone against him. I've gone against him on a couple occasions here during the course of the year. And again, like Jeff said, Oakland's offense isn't very good. Seattle's offense isn't very good either. To me, it's hard to make a case for either one of these guys. But let's be honest. If we're really being honest here, stuff and future and expected in the past, Robbie Ray, yeah. But this year so far, Paul Blackburn is the better pitcher than Robbie Ray.
I would
And the
add him.
numbers-
I would
no,
strongly,
the stuff
strongly
plus,
disagree with you.
I get you, but the results, there's no question. Look at what I just reeled off here. Every time this guy steps to the mound, he's given up 3, 4, 5 runs every time. That's indisputable.
So
He's never put up a 0.
But I want to go. I want to go to his.
And look at the walks, Mark. His control's not good either.
His control has been
I'm
off.
not talking about Blackburn now. I'm talking about Robbie Ray. He is no good.
His control has been less than desirable for most of the season. Yeah, I mean, if you look at his last 3 games, and this is why I'm saying I think he's rounding into form, because we look at swinging strike percentage, and and this is against Philly, the Mets, and Boston, some pretty good hitting teams. And these are gaudy numbers: 20.2% swinging strike rate, 25.8% swinging strike rate, 19.5% swinging strike rate last 3 games. Equates to expected strikeout rates of 37, 45, and 36. I don't see how you can say that that's bad. That's super impressive to me. Hard hits per 9, last 3 games, better than average, 9.5, 9, and 4.5.
Why is he giving up so many runs and hits?
It could be a sequencing thing. It could be that, they sequence their hard hits together. I don't think you can say a pitcher's awful when he's getting 20%.
I use the term awful. I'm just saying this is not the same guy that we've seen in the past. The numbers bear that out.
Yeah, no, I definitely will
tracking
agree
about velocity. I don't know if his velocity's down or what it is, but there again.
Yeah, and you know what? You make a good point about the velocity, because it was down. So first game, 92 velocity, 92. Second game, 92. Then it goes up to 92.7, 92.6, 93.7, 92.9. Last 3 games, 93.5, 94.3, 94.1, which is where he was last year. And that's really kind of my point, was that I agree with you. Like, if you look at the collective numbers, and that those first few games were put into that, he wasn't very good, but he's been really good the last 3 starts. And I think that's enough for me to back him, to say that he's a good pitcher. I look at those swinging strike rates and I say, oh my God, these things are beautiful. And I think he's got pretty beautiful metrics of his last 3 games. And maybe that has something to do with his increase in velocity, TC.
All right, let's lock BaseWinner in for the Seattle Mariners today against the Oakland A's. Going to lay 170 with Robbie Ray.